So, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome tonight to some more F10 action here in PSGL. And tonight it is round 3 for the Belgian Grand Prix, the longest track on the current F1 calendar, and of course that means the longest track that we use for PSGL on the calendar, since it is obviously off the based original official F1 calendar. I am Sam, I'll be your commentator for tonight, and has been the commentator for the season so far, and intend to do so for the rest of the season. And, well, we have a pretty interesting battle on our hands this season for the championship, it looks like. Only early days, but there is time for things to change, and this man is one of them here, who looks to be up and early, nice and quickly out of the pits as one of the first guys out. He's on medium tyres though, and that is Jack Tyler in third place in the championship right now. Previous two races been quite unfortunate, and obviously the first race in Australia looked like he had the pace to potentially go on and win, and obviously just a mistake in qualifying which cost him any sort of gains from his first run, which was obviously him smashing into the wall. Another contender is James Dovey, who's consistently finished in around the top, second row, so P4 and P3 so far this season for him. Sorry, P4 and P2 so far this season. My mistake on that one. And he is second place in the championship, but leading the way is TTG Dende, who is in the lead of the championship for Williams here on 26 points, picking up 2 podiums. Williams are the constructors leaders from that. So now we just wait for Jack Tyler to start his lap then, as I believe there is one person ahead of him, that's Yigamal, and Yigamal's actually headed into the pit, so never mind, migrating host. Okay, so track formulas now left the session. Anyway, now coming down to turn 1 for the source, braking at the 100-meter board just before then. Does he get it in right? Maybe a little bit wide out that corner, but he looks completely fine there. Car on the inside, bit dangerous being that far inside. People use that as their optimal line. Now up El Rouge then, and Radion at the exit. Radion El Rouge, I never get it right. DRS open then on the Kemmel straight then, one of the most famous straights in F1. Obviously we've seen in 2018 that entertaining lap 1 battle between the two Force Indias as they were known back then, and of course Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. Now coming through Les Combes, turn 7, 8 and 9, then through turn 10, which is Bruxelles. I can never pronounce that one right either. I believe I'm saying it correct. Now through turn 11, very tricky corner. It's got no name, but it's still a very tricky corner. Turn 12 then is the famous Pouon. Everyone knows this corner for being quite electrifying through here. Very difficult. Keep your foot to the floor. Nice and easy through there for Jack Tyler then. Now coming through turns 13, 14, and then eventually 15. Very tight through here. Don't invalidate. Went a little bit wide there. Kept it on. He had a little bit of a moment there on the curb, which may have cost him a bit of time. It's only his first run, and he is on the medium, so I don't expect this to be his quickest run. Now coming through Blanchimont then, turn 17, and then obviously turn 18 as well. And then you had the bus stop chicane coming up to finish off the lap at turn 19 and turn 20, braking at the 100-meter board again. It looks decent for Jack Tyler, but he's going to pull into the pits anyway. So that was a lap of this circuit. Now let's go find someone on an actual lap, and hopefully someone who hasn't completed the lap just there. Dende's invalidated, that's a good start. Davey W's literally just completed a lap when I went on him. Sego, here we go, coming through sector 2 right now, a driver that I am quite fond of last season in F8 alongside the likes of me. And he's here in F10 this season in the Mercedes. I think this is actually his first appearance we've seen him here. So it's going to be interesting to see how he racks up against this grid. Black Phoenix is the early pace setter with a 142.002. So we're almost into the 141s already. But here comes Sego coming through the final corner then. DRS open. What's it going to be? A 42.9 there, which puts him in 4th place. So that's a good start for Sego on his first ever lap. We have one new driver tonight, and that would be Vonis. He's been promoted from F11, and he's showing why he should be in F10 and not F11. Only 3/10 off the current pole sitter, but a long way to go. Herze, I think was last week's winner in quite dominant fashion as well in the Haas. On his debut as well, so brilliant start to the season for him. I'm pretty sure he'll be enjoying it. What's his time going to be? And well, that's come out of nowhere. Out of the gates then, a 1:41.7, absolutely smashing the times. Bags of confidence going through him right now, I must say. Only early days, but, I mean, if we're going to see dominance, I don't want to see it really too often. We'll just have to wait and see. Yigamal, the driver who we were going to go on board with originally, we are going to go on board with now as he comes up through Radion, then DRS open on the Camel Straight. Let's see what his sector 1 time will be. I'm not sure about sector times. I've done no practice myself for now at the moment, so forgive me. But I'm sure it's decent. His lap looks fairly neat right now for Yigamal. Now breaking in to turn 10 and then furthermore no name at turn 11. And let's see what he can do on this lap. Probably could have used a bit more of that exit, but very easy to invalidate. And he just wants to get a lap in. Possibly there is rain on the way. Usually when you see just overcast skies in Belgium, it does mean there's going to be rain towards the end of the session, as we saw in FP earlier this week, which is PSGL's performance tier on PlayStation, where, you know, some of the guys in this tier get to go up against possibly some of the guys in much higher tiers, but because the cars are to the performance, the quicker guys are actually probably on the right pace for these guys to compete with them. But Yigamal coming into the final 2 corners then. The bus stop chicane has had a few modifications. Of course, had a modification which left it off the 2006 F1 calendar, which was to do with the bus stop chicane, where previously it did actually look like a bus stop. Now it just looks like a normal chicane, but I weren't sure for the reasons of the change, but if someone could find that out for me, that would be perfect. But mostly, like anything, it would probably be down to safety measures, but I didn't really see much wrong with the previous one. But, you know, I never really was around to watch F1 at the time, so I can't really say much. Vitinho then, who finished second last season. I've mentioned this a lot of times in this tier. Unfortunate not to take the title in the end. Fairly quick driver last year, but looking to go one more step this year. Right now, not the worst start, but obviously not the best start. He sits at the moment with in the championship 10th with only 4 points, so he's 22 points behind the leader Dende, but Dende still yet to set a lap as well. We'll move focus to him in a minute, but we're going to just stick with Vitinho. That was a Mercedes coming off there. Need to make sure it doesn't get in the way of anyone's lap. But Vitinho then, DRS open, he comes across the line and 6th place there, so being outbeaten by his teammates so far. Again, probably not what Vitinho wants really. Anyway then, we have Davey W on the outlap, so we're not going to go on board with him. But here is the championship leader then. Here is the guy that is expected to be the quickest on this grid so far. It is TTG Dende09, who is setting the pace in the early doors of the season. Is he going to be setting the pace at round 3 here? He locks up into that corner. That's probably cost him a little bit of time. It looks like I don't really know. I haven't seen this lap, but it looks like it's going to be a fairly neat one. Nothing really serious though there. 42.6 puts him in 9th place. Still no one challenging Hersey, who leads the way. What about Dino? Dino is midway through. Here's a driver coming towards the end. Coming through Blanchimont. Dougie Efferman then, at the moment, still yet to score a point. A DNF and 0 points in the last round. He comes through the corner. He's gone quite slow through there. Needs to take a little bit more speed. Seems to be quite trapped in it, but what's the lap going to be? It's going to be a 0.8. Into 11th he goes then, so decent. Now let's find Dino. Here he is. Through sector 2 we go. Still yet to set a lap here at the Red Bull. His teammate up in 2nd. So if he wants to be challenging his teammate, there's quite a large benchmark to reach. But he has to set a lap though, so we don't really have a delta for him to improve upon. So we'll have to see what Dino's pace is like here in Belgium here. as he comes through the final corner. A little bit iffy there, late on the DRS opening, and that's 12th place. So he's quite a long way off his teammate. Speaking of his teammate, where is his teammate? Coming through bus stop. Has he improved? Oh no! Well, he probably would have improved that lap most certainly if it weren't for what happened there out of the exit of the corner. So Black Phoenix knows that there's probably time available to him, but that's kind of screwed him up a little bit. Here's the driver, 3 attempts up through sector 2, James Dovey, a driver who is second in the championship, and speaking to him last week said he's got no chance of winning this championship at all, no chance of competing. And at the moment, this lap looks fairly promising. Coming through bus stop, and again he does the same thing as Black Phoenix and a bunch of other drivers have done, and that's lost him so much time out of there. So he goes into 4th place, but I tell you what, there's a lot of promise for those two guys. The current leader then is down on his time. We'll go back to him in a minute, since he's nowhere near the finish of his lap. Vonis then, F11 driver who got moved up to F10 then. In the racing point, is that some spots of rain? It is some spots of rain. So we've got rain actually in here, so I said that. So I don't expect times to improve, especially not to Hersey's level anyway. But Vonis goes 6th place, but I think that is probably it for qualifying now, because there are drips of rain, which does suggest that it's going to be, well, easily more difficult to drive. Here is the championship leader, not championship leader, current pole sitter at the moment, Hersey. He's actually up by almost 1.5 tenths, so he still knows there's still more time there, and the track is getting more slippery, so he'll need a good sector 3 then if he wants to improve the time. Not that he needs to. Coming through to the final 2 corners now then. Decent through bus stop. What about the exit? Has he got it right? It looks fairly decent. What's the time going to be though? And he's lost a lot. Yep. I think we've now got the crossover point. I don't think we should be seeing improvements to times made. Yigamau, he's down by 2 tenths, yeah. So now it does look like that the rain has made it a bit difficult to reach the limits. So for now, I'm going to say it in quite a bit of confidence. Hersey has a pole time 3 tenths clear, almost, of 2nd place, 2 tenths clear of him. And then Yigamau in 3rd place. That's actually a good qualifying position from the Norwegian driver. I need to check that. I'm hoping he's Norwegian. He is Norwegian. That would have been a bit embarrassing. James Dovey in 4th place. I mean, that's his favourite position at the moment. I swear we've not seen a race day without him being 4th in some way. He's either 4th in the race or been 4th in quali. So, you know, well done to him, I suppose. Consistency is key, so if certain cases do happen, James Dovey could really be in a good position to win the title if he can keep up with the pace of Hersey at the moment, which seems to be quite a sitter at the moment. And as James Dovey has said, consistency is key. It most certainly is, and if you want to win championships in any league, especially a league where the cars are equal, the performance is equal, it is most certainly important to have that sort of point there, that consistency is key. But yeah, I mean, Warren's going on a lap. He's up by, wow, he's up by 4 tenths. So, obviously his lap was not a good indication of how quick he can go. I'm almost certain he won't improve this lap in the end. Everyone's now retiring because there's probably no point. But, you know what? Warren's going pretty decent through here, despite the conditions. Now through Puan, doesn't go wide. This is actually an interesting lap here from Warren. Nothing to be challenging the leaders, Hersey or Black Phoenix, as he almost goes off. But, I mean, his time was a 43.8, and yep, he's down. So, I'm wondering now, well, it's obviously the crossover point now, but, I mean, his sector 1 must have been absolutely awful in his first run. And it possibly may have cost him possibly a top 10 start here. So interesting for the Renault driver. He's going to finish the lap. So we're going to see if he can somehow improve, but no, he doesn't. In fact, he goes into the 44s. But yeah, I think drivers probably haven't made the most here. Sticky there, turning the car like a bit of a rally driver there, trying to keep round the corners just nice. Is Alpha going to do the same? Well, he's cutting corners like mad, so there is almost no sort of grip out there anymore. So drivers are just basically ice skating around this circuit. The ones who are still out, of course, not on the intermediates, that is. I mean, everyone's decided to retire now. Jack Tyler's still out on the intermediate, so does give a little hint to me that potentially we could be seeing rain in this race, because maybe he's tried to just see how comfortable he is on the intermediates, but not always a definite case. Just wants to get that final minute done. But yeah, everyone else in the pits except from him and Alpha and Warren. Warren, I believe, should be on an in lap. I'll be very surprised if he, or if anyone, improves their time. McCrew says hello. Hello, McCrew. How are you doing right now? As we're just waiting for this qualified session to finish. A bunch of guys just need to retire. There goes one. I do suggest you retire if you are watching this. It's probably not good for you or the content. Just get underway with the racing, you know. Probably the best thing to do, really. Jack Tyler's the only one out, probably on the right tyre right now. Obviously will not be profiting from it. He starts 5th, and we've only got 3 drivers left to pit, but yeah, we're still waiting, which is a little disappointing. Alpha's retired, so just waiting on 2 drivers now. 1 driver now, as Warren's actually binned it. So Jack Tyler, I'm guessing he believes he could potentially improve on this lap. I'm almost certain he will not. I mean, if he does improve on this lap, on the intermediate tyres in intermediate conditions, compared to soft tyres in completely dry conditions, I will be stunned. And that didn't look too sure either, but again, I did say perhaps he just wants to see what his intermediate paces are like, and as he takes it through those few corners, and never mind, he retires anyway. So nice and easy for us all. We will get underway slightly early, as we did have a little bit of rain interfere with us, but that does not matter at all, because the Estonian Hersey takes pole position here at 41.7, completely clear of F11 champion last year, Black Phoenix, who finishes in 2nd place. Yigamau in third place. That's a brilliant qualify from him. James Dovey consistently in 4th place. He's back in 4th place today. Jack Tyler in 5th. Vonis on his F10 debut in 6th. Sticky 7th. Vitinho in 8th. Sego on his debut as well. We haven't seen him in this tier yet. He starts 9th, and Dende, the championship leader, down in 10th. So here is the rest of the grid in curiosity. Of course, Dario Shrek, brilliant name, may I say, but he has a qualifying ban, so that was why he didn't set a time. And Trap Formula, he did lag out, so I wonder if Trap Formula probably just didn't have enough time to get a lap in. So we'll have to wait and see. As we have nice dry conditions here in Belgium. We're not going to completely rule out rain towards the end, since the conditions do change, and particularly in Belgium here, it just seems like rain is just around the corner at one point. I don't think I've really had a fully dry weekend at Belgium, and we've already seen rain here, so hasn't really broke that. So the conditions in Belgium seem to be very varied, let's be honest, and I think predictably we always see rain at this track, so hopefully in the race we don't see rain, but Who knows? As we just wait for all the drivers to ready up and get their setup sorted and what they're doing in terms of fuel, tyre management, etc. What they're doing for the strategy. So they're just sorting that out right now. And now we have just the formation lap to get us underway. And well, I think we're in for a very interesting night then. Hersey gets pole position by quite a fair margin. But we didn't exactly get to see the quickest of Black Phoenix. I reckon he lost a ton of time out of the bus stop. I think I said the same for James Dovey, who had a similar issue. So we'll have to wait and see, really, because he starts here, but the thing is that if you get a good start, like Black Phoenix would probably be wanting, he can possibly jump Hersey. But we'll have to wait and see for that one. The Haas driver, though, won dominantly in Britain. Is he just about to take another dominant performance here in Belgium? We'll have to wait and see. Black Phoenix second, though, like I said. Yigamau in third place. It's a good qualifying from him. Haven't seen him so high up so far this season, so that's good to see. And I believe Yigamau actually was in the hunt for the championship last year in F10, so really Yigamau should be on for good form. In terms of Belgium last year, any notes really to take is both in terms of the winner last year was no one of note in this tier. Stiggy, he got the win here, a little bit contrasting to where he is at the moment in 7th place, so just don't doubt him out at the moment. But yeah, there was no one specific of note but that from last year to this year in F10. Let's look at potentially where Black Phoenix was around this race. He won this race in the end, so for Black Phoenix it's most certainly probably a track he enjoys. And well, I think we're in for an interesting night indeed here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit here in Belgium for the Belgian. For F10, these drivers will navigate themselves around 22 laps of some Belgian forest. Well, that's basically what it is, but you know, and these drivers don't let the 10 in F fool you, really, to be honest with you. These drivers do tend to be quite quick. They still tend to be very competitive, and we do still see some really fun and good racing. So don't let numbers distract you. So just wait now for lights to come on. I'm waiting for a good camera view. And here we go then. We have the lights coming on then, getting ready for this race. 5 lights. It's a long hold, but we do get underway. Who gets the better start then? I think it is Black Phoenix who gets a good start. I was kind of wrong about that because Hersey's got a brilliant start away, but still Black Phoenix looking for a move perhaps. No, he's not. He backs out of it. He was on the outside though, but coming down to the turn to El Rouge and then obviously up to Radion. Up El Rouge from Radion there. This is the exit now onto the Camel Straight. Look at the run for Black Phoenix. He's got a brilliant run here. Hersey goes quite defensive. Black Phoenix is going to have to go round the outside if he wants to get this move done. Is he going to do it into Lake Com, or is he just going to back out? He's just going to back out for now, sit behind and wait for a better move at the moment. But he had a good run on him. We've got yellow flags to set the one. We've had we've had something really bad going on. Sego's round. A lot of cars in the back here. Humongous sort of train at the front here. I don't know what's going on. Humongous trains. And we've got drivers going side by side. That's James Dovey and Stiggy. James Dovey's fallen back a ton. I wonder if James Dovey's been caught up in something. Maybe a poor start, but he's fallen back quite a fair bit. He's down into 9th place now. Dende fallen down into 12th. He's fallen down into 13th. He's got damage on that right-hand side, so he's obviously been a part of the contact. That's the championship leader at the moment. It's not a crucial moment for now, but it most certainly isn't a good one for him. Very frustrating when you're the championship leader and something like that happens. He's braking very early. Dino trying to go around the outside. Dende struggling a lot with that wing damage. He'll have to come into the pits. Yellow flags again through here, and I'm not sure what happened to Poggle. It wasn't Sego. I thought Sego was the one involved, but apparently it's Poggle. Back to the front then. I need to get all the details on because I completely forgot about them, but what a very interesting start, I must say. Now Hersey has to defend from Black Phoenix. Yigamau isn't making moves. I don't even know where Yigamau is, because Jack Tyler's completely spawned out. He's up into third place, so a good start from him then. So very good starts for a lot of drivers, very poor starts from others. I think we're on for a really interesting race. Dende's screwing up all the telemetry things, but that's obviously not Dende's fault. But at the moment, Hersey leads from Black Phoenix, from Yigamau. Well, not from Yigamau, from Jack Tyler then from Yigamau. As I'm seeming to get very, very confused with all this now. But at the moment, it is Hersey who leads the way. The driver who won by over 10 seconds in Britain leads the way here in Belgium. It's a good start for him as well in this race, but obviously let's not doubt the straights do usually make up a lot of time for drivers, and usually we do see quite a few overtakes. Now looking further back, James Dovey, who lost a lot of positions at the start, he's looking to close in on Alpha F1 in 8th place. I think they've all fixed themselves now, which is brilliant. Chat Formula makes a move on Warren Haug. A lot of splits between James Dovey and behind him. There's another spinner. That would be Warren Haug. I wonder what's happened to him there. And as James Dovey has to retake control of the car there, there's another spinner. That'd be Dino. So a lot of drivers probably being a bit clumsy then, as it looks. But I'm not going to go into suggestions, since some drivers can be particularly a bit more far-fetched than others when it comes to how interesting they drive. But, well, we'll have to wait and see. DRS trains, that's what we love to see in Formula 1. When DRS does become open, we don't like to see DRS trains, but maybe this isn't a DRS train here. Jack Tyler versus Black Phoenix. Has Black Phoenix done enough to get in? He has. I believe, anyway, he has. So he's got in, but he's not exactly got the best exit here as Jack Tyler continues to close in. And actually Black Phoenix hasn't here, so this is actually a good chance of Jack Tyler. Is he going to try sending? No, he's just going to stay there. A bit of a surprise there for Jack Tyler, and he did hit his front wing there. Hoping he didn't get himself damaged, because I wouldn't have blamed that on Black Phoenix there. So interesting decision just to stick behind there, but nice and patient, not getting too aggressive. Don't want to be ruining your race completely in this point. And at the moment, Doogie Afferman going completely wide there, as that opens the door for Track Formula to take the position into 10th place and take points as well with him for now, of course. Yellow flag and set to 1. That's a safety car. That would be Warren Haug again, who's out of the race now. And like I said, safety cars are prominent here. I'm interested to see what drivers do here, because if this safety car lasts long, which it may well do, I wonder if drivers will opt to pit here. Interestingly, because you can make, obviously, you can obviously make hards to the end from this point, but I think you can also make mediums to the end from lap 6. Be a bit of a gamble to go mediums, but honestly not a bad shout. Hersey does not pit, neither does Black Phoenix. Does Jack Tyler? No, he doesn't. So Yigamau is the only one to pit then. I'm interested to see what he pits on. Vonis pits, so here's a split strategy then. The top 3 not favouring coming into the pits with the safety car. Others have. Now the pit lane here is relatively long. It's not the longest, not the shortest, but you do lose a rather marginal amount of time. So yeah, interesting, in my opinion, interesting decision. And I think Yigamau would really find himself quite satisfied with that, out into 8th place, especially when Vonis isn't right behind him. He'll have Poggle to get past, so I think Vonis will be a little bit annoyed with the fact that he's behind Puggle, but I don't think he'll be too fussed, to be honest, because this is actually a brilliant position for the hard tyre drivers. And again, those soft tyres aren't going to go forever. They can probably go another 5 or 6 laps, but you're not going to probably make a whole pit stop time within that point. So yeah, I was interested with that one. I didn't really understand why no one decided to pit in that top 3, especially Black Phoenix. I think Black Phoenix probably would have liked to gamble with it, but I guess obviously, of course, track position can be key. Maybe not at this track, particularly this track. But I suppose with Black Phoenix, Jack Tyler as well, is perhaps they just don't trust the midfield, and well, what we've seen so far is a little bit of controversy in the midfield. So this could come to bite Yigamal or Vonis, but this could also be a charming moment for them. But for them, they would probably not want to be stuck behind all the medium drivers. But well, for Yigamal, particularly because he's the lead car once everyone pits at this point, he wouldn't want to be behind the medium runners. But yeah, only 4 drivers who started on the softs are still on the softs. So that meant over half decided to go for mediums or hards, and anyone who went for the mediums, interesting, James Dovey, and also Elite NL Dave. So those two are particularly looking for a challenge, then it looks like. I thought for a moment Black Phoenix may enter the pits. That would have been a bit of a waste at that point. But split strategies then for the drivers that did pit. Yigamal going for the hards, but the highest medium runner who went for the mediums was Dave, and then James Dovey behind. So they should be particularly quicker. However, they are behind a medium runner which is on sort of fresh mediums, which shouldn't make too much of a difference between the pace. So it's going to be an interesting restart, because Yigamal, he is going to be slow behind those medium tyre drivers. So I mean, more interestingly, is the fact that Track Formula's now left. He's now joined back again. He's allowed to do that now, since they did fix the patch with, I can't remember what it was now, where you couldn't cut corners. I think it was you could cut corners once you've lagged out. If you've got back in, you could actually cut all corners. You cannot do that now, so that is a good thing. I do reckon safety car will be in this lap, which for the hard tyre drivers is a pretty good thing. Well, it would have been a good thing anyway whenever it comes in. I'll tell you what is a bad thing now, probably for the medium tyre drivers. If something like that does happen, and Track Formula, well, he's gone by Alfred. Oh my goodness, he spun. Oh, that's an interesting one. I wouldn't have thought that would be possible, but for Yigamal, I'm sure he'd be laughing his head off at the moment, because he's moved up another position, and poor old Vonis, well, he'll have 2 cars to pass to get back up to him. So really strange one there for Track Formula. I don't know what's happened there, but move on for it. Safety car in this lap, no surprise, as I didn't really want to go to the back of the field. I wanted to go to the front, so just go on board with Hersey. When is he going to get back underway? He looks desperate to go, as he looks behind, and then Black Phoenix just closing the gap into him. Make sure that he's got an opportunity in the bus stop, but Hersey seems to be going quite quick here. Not slowing the grid too much, not putting him back too much, but I think now he is. But he looks desperate to go, and there we go. He does get underway almost immediately, so he didn't leave it too long. And Jack Tyler was under pressure originally for Vitinho. So interesting there, but a good restart then for Hersey, and it is Black Phoenix in second, Jack Tyler into third place. He was moving to the inside, he wouldn't have got a move from that far back, but Hersey leads the way then, and this has resetted things a little bit, because if Black Phoenix can have a go, which is a possibility, If he can close in enough, if he gets a good El Rouge here, it looks decent. He's gone wide, but you know what? He's risked it all, and I think he's just about got in there. Look at Black Phoenix. This is a brilliant run here. This time he has the inside line, not the outside line. Side by side, then into late come. Has Black Phoenix got the restart nailed on? No, he hasn't. Breaking later there, it was Hersey to keep the lead, but I tell you what, Black Phoenix gave him a real go. Now here comes Jack Tyler, now looking for a move, but he's just had to back out there. So all drivers starting to get a little bit squirmish for position there, and well, surprisingly, Black Phoenix didn't take the lead. I wonder if he would have, but at the moment he hasn't. Dario Shrek has been a little bit of a bust off the restart. He's already out of a second at the moment. Trap Formula in 7th. Yigamau losing that position to go back down to 8th. Vonis in 11th. So a few drivers moving backwards, particularly on the hard tyres, but nothing to fuss. But at the moment, the soft tyre drivers will be coming in soon, I would have reckoned, but most certainly they'll be on to the mediums now, as the softs will go a fairly decent distance. But at the moment for Yigamau, he just needs to focus about keeping in that DRS, keeping in that sort of train, and just keeping in and around where he wants to be. At the moment we see Vitinho looking alright at the moment in 4th place, just not close enough to make a move. No one's really making moves at the moment. We don't have DRS at the moment, but it looks like Hershey has got away pretty strongly. Jack Tyler has a penalty as well. I didn't notice that. I've only just noticed it. But Hershey gets away brilliantly though from everyone else. 1.2 seconds away. So it looks like Hershey is set on for another pretty good performance. Jack Tyler then looking quite close to Black Phoenix. Has he got enough power in there to close in? I think Black Phoenix has been using a fair bit as well to try and close in. Not enough. Look at James Dovey. James Dovey making up positions then. This is actually important for the future of the race then. James Dovey up to 11th place then on the medium tyres. Only Dave ahead of him now in terms of the medium runners. But this is looking good. Sector 2, someone's gone off. That would be Stiggy. Stiggy goes off there on the medium tyres. He's already been off the track as well, so not a good day for him. Last year, obviously getting a podium here in F10. Last season, I was meant to say, but yeah. James Dovey looking about keeping with Dave at the moment. A little bit of a train coming from Black Phoenix downwards. Not particularly sure if that's Black Phoenix's fault, as he picks up a penalty now. So a few early penalties probably shows a little bit of desperation to catch up for Black Phoenix, trying to close in on Hersey, trying to find all the track limits, and it hasn't quite worked out. But at the moment, no moves again. A big lock up there from Dario Shrek as Black Phoenix actually pits. This will be a good move for Track Formula. He's gone all the way around the outside to go side by side with Dario, and he gets the move done. So Track Formula with a brilliant move there, and down the inside he goes, nice and easy. And well, that's the overtake done. That was a good one. Now looking further back, Dave looking to challenge Poggle now. Poggle on 4-lap older tyres to Dave at the moment, and the DRS is open, but we're in this DRS train, so Poggle shouldn't be stressed too much, and no, nowhere near. So that is a shame. Dende, who's not exactly had the most exciting race, he goes to the outside. It's a nice and easy move on Dino there, so Dino in 14th place now. Not, again, probably not what he would have wanted. We said about this, look where Black Phoenix is, all the way down in 18th. Because he didn't pitted, that's completely screwed his strategy up, completely. Now he's got to pass all these cars, and he's a significant distance away from the likes of Dino, who have already pitted, and technically are in a better situation right now. So that is the problem with these front runners, and Hershey as well. The fact they didn't pit has cost them quite a fair bit, to be honest. Two Ferraris going strongly in 4th and 5th at the moment. Still yet to pit though, like I said. And, well, Alpha looking quite strong here on the back of Vitinho. He's not got much ERS. He's used it all up. Need to think a bit smarter about this, because Vitinho Vitinho probably hasn't used much of it. He's still got 46%. And Vitinho is actually going to dive into the pits. All the soft runners into the pits now. So Alpha does lead the way then of this race. Now it is lap 9 of 22. He leads the way. Yigamal, though, is a likely candidate to take the lead of this race. And interestingly, further behind him is Dave in second place. But Dave, at the moment, doesn't seem to be threatening enough to Poggle. And looking at Poggle looking fair decent here as well. Going up El Rouge there. Bit of a struggle, but he looks to be alright. And these DRS trains, it's kind of ruining our action. It's not ruining the action for the lead here. Look at this, 3 wide. Dario Shrek, is he going to get both the Ferraris here? A humongous incident with him and Alpha there. Alpha's confused himself right in this battle. Dario Shrek moves down position to Yigamal. And now Yigamal only has 1 driver, but Alpha would be quite fuming about that. But I didn't really see the incident. Dario Shrek is everywhere. He's everywhere. He's round again. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's happened there. That is quite strange. Vonus up a position. James Dovey also up a position now. So he's going to get DRS on Poggle. So Poggle now looks to be in trouble. Yigamal will not be having the DRS at the moment. And I guess the only thing that could really save this really for Dario Shrek at this point would be another safety car. But I mean, that's really unfortunate. He looked like he was going to get moved on both Ferraris. Both Ferraris kind of made a little bit of a mishap of it. Went 3 wide into a corner that you could barely even go 2 wide into. And, well, calamity, really. And, well, Trap Formula leads then. And James Dovey looking for a move on Poggle. Looking to try close in enough to get up to Yigamal right now. Not using the ERS. Playing the smart game. Playing it safe. Going to the outside then is James Dovey. He'll know he has the inside line for this corner. Poggle gives him enough space, which is good. James Dovey up to 3rd then. So, brilliant move there. Vonus, here he comes then. Is he going to look for a move on Poggle? Or is Poggle going to look to send it down the inside of James? No, he doesn't. At the moment, we're seeing some fairly good action now starting to kick in at the moment. And we will see a little bit more here if Poggle can keep with James Dovey and pass him on the Kemmel Straight, which is a likelihood. As the DRS does mount open now. Has he got enough speed? Has he got enough juice left there to overtake? No, he doesn't. I don't think Vonus does either. Maybe Alpha does. Alpha sends it down the inside. And I tell you what, he's made that corner. That's a brilliant move. And has stunned Vonus so much he's lost the position to Dende as well. So the championship leader up to 6th place. He's had a bit of a flyer at the moment. And I think he'll accept this at the moment. Because at the moment, he is on point for a podium if he was to finish this race with all the other guys needing to pit. Trap Formula, Poggle and Alpha, that is. But still a long way to go. But I just want to say that move from Alpha, very late, but a beautiful move from the Ferrari driver down the inside. Made the move stick, and good for Vonus as well. Vonus not deciding to turn in on him or anything. That's a difficult corner to overtake, let alone send it like that. That was very impressive from him. Set to 2, Doogie Aframan is round, it looks like. A lot of drivers seem to be spinning on the curbs. This track has been known for its deadly curbs in this game. I believe in real life that's not the case, but, you know, a game versus real life is not the same. And look at this again from Alpha. Has he got it turned in? Of course he has. Braking well late there and not giving Poggle the space. Alpha's like the Daniel Ricciardo here. Late braking all the time. Poggle now under pressure from Dende. Dende braking a little bit later than Alpha. Makes the corner. Has he got past Poggle? Still side by side here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Side by side to El Rouge. Here we go. That's what we love to see. Not that sort of view though. And I think they have kind of sorted themselves out. However, Dende has a good run on Alpha. Side by side up the Kemmel Straight. DRS as well. Should be a nice and easy move for Dende. What about Poggle? Is he going to send it on Alpha? Is he going to, or is he just going to get the move done beforehand? It looks like he's got the move done just beforehand there. So Poggle up to 5th, Alpha down to 6th, and Dende up to 4th place. He must be loving it right now in that Williams. But yeah, brilliant action really in the last few laps. That's what we love to see here, as Dino has kind of redeemed himself back into this race. I believe Dino had a spin as well earlier on. But he's back into this race and he's looking fair decent at the moment. And, well, he's not closed in enough there. Big train up ahead, though, where drivers have been fighting for the last couple of laps, and it's been quite thrilling as well, the fighting that we have seen, which is brilliant to see. Poggle picks up a penalty, and that was wide there also from Vonus. He doesn't pick up a penalty, though. But yeah, it looks like Dende's got away from this though now. He's got well away from it. Poggle now in trouble now. He's got a poor exit. Alpha looking to the outside of Blanchimont. He'll now have the inside line for the first corner at bus stop. Breaks significantly later again. He's becoming a Daniel Ricciardo once again. And it's a nice and easy move up to 5th place here then. Is Poggle going to come back then? Well, he's not. He hasn't even got the DRS here, so that's interesting. No one had the DRS. Don't know why. But anyway, he will have the DRS into the next corner. Just waiting up Bel Rouge then. Is he going to be quite brave and make the move nice and early? Yes, he is. He makes it to the outside though, which is interesting. And is he going to get done before the corner? We do know that Alpha likes to late brake. However, Vonus now side by side with Alpha. Gives him space on the inside though. Alpha, has he done the same? I think that was just about alright there. But Vonus looking for a move as well. So Alpha dropping down a position. Poggle goes quite far. I think that was Sego who's probably hit the back of Vonus there. Because Vonus had a little bit of a dip forward. Gaps beginning to emerge, but that's no worry. And this is the thing that Hersey didn't want, even though it probably looks like now his win is completely gone. But even worse, something he wouldn't love to see is this. It's called a DRS train, and well, he's now at the front of it because Dino has now gone without out of the second, but because he's in this DRS train, it's going to be more difficult to overtake. And the more these guys battle ahead as well, the more difficult it would be as well. So, for Hersey, it's not what he would love to see, as he does line up for a move on Dino. He looks to the outside, though. Dino braking later, but he's braked way too much there, and he goes slightly wide. Hersey on his... got into the back of Dino there. That's put him off a little bit. Probably put Davey W right on the edge there, trying to get past Hersey very soon. Is he going to make the move? Is he going to challenge him? Is Jack Tyler going to challenge him? Yes, he does. He should have the better grip here on the inside here. Has he got the move done? No, he's not. He's going to stick behind. That is unsurprising because he'll get the DRS. However, Davey W's going to get the DRS as well. So a good exit out of here, which he has got. Way better than Davey W. Should be fine anyway. He's out of DRS though, which is a little bit of a problem. And Hersey goes defensive, but Davey's not going to move anytime soon. What about Jack Tyler? He looks to the outside. It looks fairly decent here. Leaves it quite tight. And there we go. Jack Tyler up to 11th. Davey, though, coming back then. Is he going to send it? No, he's not. He's just going to sit behind it. May lose in the position to Black Phoenix. And Black Phoenix just falling behind a little bit. And... oh, this is what I mean. A humongous train then. Basically all the way from Poggle down to Vitinho. And, well, this is quite insane, to be honest. We're not going to see any moves, as it looks like, at the moment. So we're just going to look further forward. Then Vonus then looks the closest to an overtaking move. And you know what, on Alpha, he may just get him on the straight. Alpha doesn't really have it, but through Blanchimont we go. Now this would be a very good move if they go side by side through here. They do tend to go side by side through here, and you know what? Vonnis had the move. It's slightly done. Oh, and oh my goodness, look at that! They both got the move. Surely this isn't going to end out clean, and it does. That is beautiful there from both of them. One to the outside, one to the inside. Absolutely dispatched Poggle. And both of them got through. That is a really, really good move. There's been some really good moves from not just Alpha, but also as well Vonus. What a brilliant move from him round the outside there. Alpha braking later, and like I said, he's becoming the F10, well tonight, he's becoming the F10 Daniel Ricciardo here. Vonus has had a little moment up El Rouge, and it hasn't hindered him, because I think Poggle may have gone into the back of him. Is Poggle going to fight back though? He's getting closer to Vonus. Vonus goes quite defensive, however he could be lining up a move for Alpha alternatively. Still just sticking behind. Look at this fighting. Oh, I said fighting. It's not really fighting anymore. Sego round. He's got damage. Dino is also round. He's got damage, has he, as well? So both of them are in the equation. Maybe Dino hasn't got damage, but, well, now he has. Most certainly has got damage, and he's retired. Virtual safety car. So after all that, an insane last couple of laps battling, and I tell you what, that move was stellar from both Alpha and Vonis there. And poor Poggle in the middle there, getting sandwiched. I feel quite bad. He's lost 2 positions in one go, and, well, for Poggle, not good news, but for everyone else, it's good news. I'll tell you who this is good news for. If this virtual safety car stays out long enough, which by the looks of things it won't, Trap Formula has the opportunity to pit. And, well, in pitting, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. How long is this virtual safety car going to stay out for him, though? Is it going to stay out enough? It's not going to stay out enough. It's just coming right on the exit there, so that's actually probably not good news for Trap Formula. So now Yigamal takes the lead of this race. Dende is in second. James Dovey pits. Is that just a lack of trust of getting to the end on those mediums or something? But I mean, I don't really know about that strategy. That's an interesting one, really. Vonis up to third then. Hersey in 4th place. This is brilliant for him. And you know what? Trap Formula has kind of benefited from it. He's come out in 7th ahead of Vitinho. And more importantly, Trap Formula's on the soft tyres here. So Trap Formula could be really in a good mood for a podium here tonight. And that's brilliant for him. His teammate Alpha, who put off a few shows and everything, he's down in 12th. Not the most amazing thing, but here comes Trap Formula. Is he going to send it on Davey, or is he just going to sit behind? He's did the responsible and respectful thing, but look how much grip those softs have compared to those hard tyres. And I wonder how long is he going to really stay behind Davey for, because this is going to be holding him up so badly on those soft tyres, which now, from this point, they should really stay optimally on the pace till the end. So for Trap Formula, just don't get stuck behind Davey at the moment, but it seems like that is the case. Davey keeping his hold in that Williams in 6th place at the moment. So we'll just look a little bit backwards, because we do have Black Phoenix also quite close to his to the driver in front. That'll be Vitinho ahead. Poggle also looking quite close in this battle. That just seems to be never ending. Poggle versus Alpha here. James Dovey, again, I'm not too sure about his decision there to pit, but I guess he will make up a few positions. Here comes Trap Formula then. He doesn't want to be stuck behind Davey for too long. I said this, they're now side by side through the bus stop. Surely now this is the position for Trap Formula. Davey should even think about defending it, and I wonder if he can. He still sticks on the inside there, but here we go, the exit. Easy difference in there, in that pace there. But look at Davey, looking to try and swoop down the inside. It's definitely not going to work. And in fact, Vitinho is now coming up the rear end of Davey at the moment as they go side by side. And here we go again. And, well, Vitinho backs out just for now. These drivers need to be a little bit more ballsy here going through there, trying to make up positions. Hersey makes it up into 3rd place. Here we go then. Hersey looking for a podium at least, which is probably the best he's going to get. Jack Tyler looking for 4th place. He gets plus Vonis as well. Jack Tyler definitely wants to have a battle with the guy in front of him, and, well, it looks like it's going to happen then. Trap Formula then will be closing in. Yellow flag. That is, I think, Doogie Afroman. He hasn't retired, which is a good thing. He's been stuck for quite a while, but that's a good thing that Doogie didn't retire from the race, so we haven't got a safety car, which is good. But look at Trap Formula. He's closed in so much. He's closed in a second, and we hadn't even made it through 1 lap. So he is most certainly on the hunt for a podium here today. Vitinho is on the hunt for a good result. Jack Tyler picking up another 3-second penalty. Not what he would have wanted. That's Davey W. Davey W's off. And I think that's not going to initiate anything. He hasn't got damage or anything, which is a good thing. But now here comes Trap Formula then on Vonis. He's going to be quite close here. He's going to have to wait a little longer. But for Trap Formula, he could be on for a really good finish. And look how confident he is on the brakes compared to those hard tyres. Those soft tyres are just so much better. DRS open then. Vonis has DRS, which is fortunate. Is he going to keep it, though, is the question on those hard tyres. He shouldn't do, really, on Jack Tyler there. On the exit here, we will see that margin go up. He is trying to keep in, though it looks like Track Formula is keeping in as well. We will see also a bit of a better run, hopefully, well, surely, for Track Formula. A little bit better of a run. Wasn't particularly significant, but he's got the overtake on. Is he close enough to potentially look for a lunge? We've got a battle up ahead as well. Jack Tyler looking to the outside. He has the inside line in this corner. Has he got it here? This is for a podium position here. I mean, I know Jack Tyler has penalties and he's almost lost a car. So these two going side by side through there. I completely forgot about that ahead. I do apologise about that, but... well, that was very close between those two. So those two battling for a podium position, despite Jack Tyler having penalties. But Track Formula seriously needs to think about getting past Vonus as soon as possible. Remember what they say, these soft tyres don't last forever. James Dovey's on a little bit of a hunt for a sort of like a little bit of a restart on those soft tyres. So maybe he can pick up a few positions as of yet. Still got 5 laps to do them. Track Formula, though, 2 tenths behind Vonus then. Is he going to be looking for a move? Not into here, it don't look like. He seems to have been roughly on the same pace as Vonus. Probably should be using his overtake, in my opinion. He's got time, he's got the grip, he's got everything. He should probably just wait and not blast it all in one, but he's going to have a go here. Is he going to send it down the inside? Gives his space there, Vonus. Very good space, and Track Formula gives him the same, but yeah, that tyre advantage is going to be so significant here compared to it. And he also has the DRS for good measure, Track Formula, so I wouldn't suggest Vonus would be keeping up with him now. Track Formula now needs to get his sights held on Jack Tyler and Hersey in 4th and 3rd place up ahead. And the disappointing thing for Track Formula is he has used up his ERS. And the fact he's used up his ERS means he won't have that extra speed, and he won't have that extra. He won't have that extra speed. He may not have that extra position as Vonus goes to the inside, takes the position again, but Track Formula retakes it, and again that's that grip advantage. So despite Vonus having the straight line speed, Track Formula has that significant advantage with tyre grip and tyre wear, which has led really to no significant changes in the battle for 5th place. If not anything, it's only helped James Dovey close in a lot on this battle. He's now 2 seconds behind. And we'll be looking for a tasty good result again. Maybe a 6th place, maybe even a 5th place, maybe even a 4th. There is still battles going out on track, so we could be seeing a lot of drama in the next couple of laps. Jägermal is set to win this race unless anything happens. And probably not the day that Hersey would have wanted. When he looked at quali, he looked absolutely flying. But in the race, a simple mistake where the safety car came out, didn't pit, and well, it's kind of cost him. Only a little bit. He got a podium in the end at the moment, so I think he will be happy with that he's been able to get a podium for himself. But if he wants to win the championship, that's not the way to do it. Dende, who is leading the championship and will probably furthermore lead the championship by the end of this race, he's played his cards right. He's going to finish 2nd and he's going to gain more points on people in the championship. Here comes Track Formula then. He's closing in on Jack Tyler. Both low on ERS. The tyre grip, though, is helpful. So Track Formula does back out in the end. And we'll have to wait another day. Patience is key. Jack Tyler does have penalties, remember. But here we go then. Track Formula looking to the inside of Bruxelles then. Is he got the move done? He needs to get it done immediately because he needs to be chasing last week's winner, Jack Tyler, and going side by side through No Name. Again, we've seen some great battling, great respect as well from some drivers. So really, I have to credit some of this driving tonight. Some of it has been particularly disappointing, but most of it tonight has been particularly amazing. Some of the battles we've seen have been very, very good indeed. And Jack Tyler's just got to fall back a little bit now. Track Formula needs to close in. And well, the closest battle on track, probably the battle for 11th, and we haven't seen these two battling before, have we? Alpha and Poggle back at it again. Again, I expressed I don't really know what James Dovey's strategy for going onto the soft tyres. Well, I'll tell you something now. He's in a good position right now, to be honest. If he can keep in the DRS, which he's likely to do, but since he does have the tyre advantage, yeah, interesting. This battle though, for 11th place, not going to be aided by Davey, is it? Because Davey right now is quite slow. Obviously because he's on the slower tyre, which means that Alpha is now in DRS range. So it looks like Poggle will have to sit back a little bit longer. What about James Dovey then? He is not particularly looking close enough for Vonis. He'll probably leave it one more lap then. Jack Tyler not close enough to get close to Trap Formula. That's unsurprising, but Trap Formula isn't closing on Hersey now, so looks like a podium for Trap Formula is like a little bit unlikely. I say that, but he's closed the gap a little bit there. But yeah, Vonis now under pressure. Yellow flag, that'll be Poggle. He must have been caught up with something with Alpha. Alpha hasn't particularly been the smartest driver today. He's had a bit of moments. He's taken a lot of risks in this race. Yeah, an inconsistent drive from him today, for what could have been a really good result as well. He showed he could have had a good result today as well. He had a good performance, I would say. Is James Dovey looking to close in then? 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Now only under, just over 2 tenths on him. Now under 2 tenths, but James Dovey's just going to sit behind Vonis for now. He's going to prioritise the exit. He may have the exit here done on him. DRS open. Is he going to swoop to the inside? Maybe look for a move into turn 1. He's going to keep it for Lassource surely, but no. Breaks much later than Vonis. Vonis, I'm sure, wouldn't mind actually him being behind at the moment, which he is now, because Vonis, more interestingly, will have the DRS on James Dovey if he could just keep him close enough. And well, to that, I don't think he has. So James Dovey, calling it right, gets by, and now his next opposition is Jack Tyler. She doesn't particularly need to pass, since Jack Tyler has penalties. So 5th place at the moment is where James is going to finish. But at the moment, if he can somehow launch some sort of attack to catch up to Trap Formula, it could be a very good day for the driver. But yeah, no real battles now entertaining anyone on track. Maybe this one with Poggle and Elite NL Dave. Looking at penalties then, who's got big penalties? Jack Tyler has got 6 seconds. He'll move down 2 positions. Maybe could lose an extra position to Vitinho, but I don't think Vitinho is within that sort of area. 12 seconds for Alpha, which is not good. So yeah, a few penalties tonight. And well, we'll still just have to wait. Black Phoenix now looking close to Vonis. So Vonis he's just a chunk of pace, hasn't he? We're on to lap 22. We're on to the final lap of this race. Yigamal has just started that final lap. We've not seen Yigamal whole race. Well, that's no surprise. He's been absolutely dominating out in front. And I predicted when he came in for his stop, he'll win the race. He was at the front. He did have a fair, decent gap over Dende as well, who is finishing in 2nd place. But for Black Phoenix, he's got one last chance really to pass Vonis. He does look like he's in contention for it. The question is, has Vonis got enough pace to keep ahead of him? And DRS open then now. It's looking even more likely than before, because Black Phoenix is looking for the move then. He's going to go to the inside of Vonis. It probably won't matter too much, since the general fact is the fact that he's got penalties and Vonis has not. Jack Tyler moves down position as well, so this is more interesting for these two anyway. As we look at penalties, they've both got 6 seconds. So unfortunate for Black Phoenix here, because he could have had a bit of a drive which could have been a really good one. Trap Formula then. Wow, I've not seen this before. Trap Formula and Hersey as well. Right behind Dende then. So Dende at the moment under pressure for what could be potentially in future his championship rival. Hersey right behind him then. Trap Formula in 4th. We're not going to really fuss about it too much, are we? I don't know if we are, because look at this. Hersey on the inside of Dende. We had to credit this man who's led the whole race, but look at this battle here between these two. Dende and Hersey coming side by side through here. Jägermau comes out the final corner to win the Belgian Grand Prix, but this battle's still not over. I think Dende's got 2nd place. Hersey's got 3rd, has he? Unless Trap Formula's got a good exit. Unless Hersey's got a good exit. They all come across pretty much together. I don't know why Trap Formula's lost a lot of time. Did he have a penalty? Is the question. I didn't think he did have a penalty, to be honest. Strange. But anyway, look at that then. Dende finishing 2nd, just ahead of Hersey in 3rd. Jägermau dominates this race then in the end. James Dovey in 4th place. I mean, where have we heard that one? Another P4, he says in the chat. As I swear we've actually not seen a race weekend so far where he's not been involved with P4 as a result. Whether that's qualifying or in the race. Vonis on his debut in 5th place. That's a good showing from the Racing Point driver. So his tyres were completely done in the end. Trap Formula in 6th. Jack Tyler finishing down in 7th in the end. So the penalties cost him quite a fair bit. Fatinho in 8th. Black Phoenix finishing 9th in the end. And Dave picking up his first points of the season. So overall a very good race for some. Others, they would have kind of enjoyed it, but really, at the end of the day, there was really only one winner today, and that was the winner of the race, who was miles ahead. It says driver of the day here, but at the end of the day, I think we give it to Jägermau anyway. He had a stunning race, far ahead of anyone else, and he found so much pace. And like I said, the genius strategy, I would say, in the end. I was surprised Dende wasn't able to close on Jägermau on those medium tyres, at least somewhat. But in the end, Jägermau is your winner. So at the end of it, he won 1 race last season, he's won 1 race this season, and well, round 3 has been a little bit of a surprise, really, in my opinion, for Jägermau, because he hasn't had particularly the greatest of starts, but now his season is finally getting underway as he wins the Belgian Grand Prix, as we did discover. He also had a penalty as well, which I didn't know he had. So that could have cost him a little bit, but that's fine anyway. Dende finishing in 2nd place. Championship leader retains his championship lead going into next week in France. Hersey finishing on the podium as well. James Tovey finishing 4th place, which we have discovered is his favourite number at this point. Vernis finishing 5th. Trap Formula 6th. Jack Tyler in 7th, Fatinho finishing 8th, Black Phoenix 9th, and Dave in 10th. And for the rest of the drivers, there you are. So just to help out in the standings for whoever has to do them. But with that, we do have 2nd place, the driver who finished 2nd place in the race and current championship leader, Dende, is here. So, and yeah, it's just come up with a different notification for me. But how was the race for you then, Dende?
Yeah, great. Started great. To be honest, I was last after the 3rd turn already with wing damage, but I got a pretty good get-go. I think I catched 1 or 2 in the first corner and had a really good top speed with my setup, so I was just trying to go for the inside after the DRS zone. But we've been 3 wide and I braked early, but there wasn't enough room, so I got spun and had wing damage, had to pit. Went out, been lucky with the safety car and was 2nd last and went then on medium tires because I knew there's a chance to get them to the end, but like I was really struggling in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, and question really to that, did you see what percentage was on those medium tires at the end?
I was 76 the front left and the others been around 75, always 1% low.
Wow, that
was... So it was a close call for sure in the end.
Must have been quite anxious for you then, obviously, of course. And we'll talk about anxious. That last lap must have been a little bit of a heart striker one there for you. That last lap, of course, it was between you, Trap Formula, and Hersey, who finished 3rd in the end, who's not here with us. But I mean, let's talk about that. What was going through your head with that battle going on? Which, I mean, first of all, was it really a surprise for you that battle was going on in the end, or did you expect to probably get away with it?
after I went through the field and ended up second, and I saw the gap with 5 seconds with the hard tires to the race winner, I knew I had to just preserve my tires because it's going to be close to the end to get a puncture. So I was just checking the gap to the drivers behind, trying to get clean, have no rear spinning or anything to keep the tires cold. So I knew they eventually going to catch up, but that it's going to be so close, I didn't expect it. So my tires went off really big, and I had loads of ERS saved for the last 2 laps. So I was trying to hold him back, but he still managed to get the attack last corner, but he left me space on the outside, and then I had the inside and I could just bring it home. Super exciting, my heart was beating like crazy.
Yeah. Well, you've extended your lead in the championship now, I believe, so obviously big congrats on that one. Again, another good result, another podium for the week, and in qualifying, wasn't the greatest of qualifying. I believe you qualified P10. Do you reckon the safety car saved your race, or well, at least made your race result what it is, or do you reckon that perhaps you probably would have still been able to get a similar result or the same result without the safety car?
I was for sure lucky with the safety car. Without it, I would have been P10, 11, 12 maybe, if the other ones did mistake or like collecting some penalties. But my quali was just shite. I just binned it. Like I went out for 2 runs and both been awful. The first one was a cut and the second one was just too cautious. I made 2 or 3 little mistakes and couldn't get a good lap in. So I was actually hoping someone catches me so I could start on mediums, but that didn't work out. So P10 it was.
Yeah, that is what a position which, for most of the time in league racing, is called the worst position to be in. Really, Belgium, it doesn't. It is indeed, yeah, because you're stuck between fresh medium tyres and you're behind all the drivers on the soft tyres, so it's not the greatest position to be in. And well, finally, from me, were you also surprised that not so many people, but were you surprised that there weren't as many people who pitted under the safety car, such as the top 3 at the time?
All of them, yeah. Like I was thinking everyone is for sure going on the hards, so my only chance was just switching on mediums because I went on hards on lap 2 because of my wing damage. So I was thinking of going on mediums, trying to get to the end and hoping they change on hards, which they didn't. So I was surprised they stayed out. That was a huge advantage as well. So I think many points played into my hand today, to be fair.
Yeah, it was it was a surprise to me as well. I was quite baffled by the decision really from the top 3, but at the end of the day they did come back. Well, 2 of them came back, I believe. No, 1 of them came back, sorry. Hersey came back to almost nail you down like a coffin. So at the end of the day you finished P2. That's a brilliant result. You extend your lead in the championship, so big congrats on today's race. And well, you finished 1st, 3rd and 2nd, so you've completed a podium in 3 races in some sense, so that's pretty decent. France is next week, which is it a track that you enjoy, or is it a track that you perhaps dislike?
I really like it. I like the long sweeping corners like here in Belgium or in Britain, Silverstone. They really suit me. I like them. Like throwing the car in, loads of trail braking. I enjoy the track. I really do.
Any expectation for next week, or?
Just trying to get good results and being consistent. Like, to be honest, I was really lucky today, so I think next time I'm just trying to get my qualifying pace in. Then I should start high up the ranks and no mistakes, and then trying to be on top again. Somewhere near at least.
Yeah, well, it was an excellent race from you in the end, and well-deserved P2 in the end, so congratulations to that. With that, like we've already said, round 4 next week is France. It's not next week, it's into the new year. Of course, we'll be back with PSGL in 2021, so I kind of got that a little bit mixed up. We'll be back on the 7th of January 2021, which will be into the new year. Hopefully a better year, let's be completely honest, but I mean, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for that, which again, hopefully I've got correct. So from me, from the commentator, congratulations to the top 3, and for me tonight, we will see you again in 2 weeks' time.